Hi everybody, so today I wanted to show you some things that you could do like if you are sitting in a chair. So I'm kind of thinking about like office staff, like the people who are sitting all day. And one of the things that you need to do in order to have a healthy spine is you need to move it in all directions. So side bending, twisting, forward bend, and back bend. So I'll show you all those things that you can do right here on the chair. And so you do want to sit like nice and tall, kind of on the edge of the chair with your feet on the ground. And you can just start with a little bit of movement. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, bringing the hands down. Inhale. Exhale. And then next time you take your arms up, inhale, stay there. And then start to twist. So right hand comes down, left hand comes down. Right hand comes behind, left hand on the thigh. And you can use the chair as like a little bit of leverage. You want to keep your low back and your pelvis stable and think more about twisting the upper back and chest. So like grabbing on anywhere or not even grabbing, you can also just reach. But I'm trying to keep my knees like right over the ankles. I'm not moving the hips to twist. Hips and legs stay stable, and you're just twisting the upper back. So I kind of like to do this little like hugging onto the chair. Really work this shoulder back and down, big breath into the chest space. You can also pull a little bit with this hand, but push your leg into the hand so it has kind of something to resist against. And then inhale, reach the arms up, you'll go the other way. Exhale, twist. Now pulling on the chair. Nice strong belly, the ribs stay in the body. Think about pushing down through the hips, down through the legs. And lots of breath into the chest. And it's fine to move your head around. Maybe you look side to side or up and down. And do little circles. And that's twisting. Inhale back to center. And exhale. Take a moment to rest. The hands on the legs. Maybe roll the shoulders out a little bit. And then we'll do our side bend. So I'm just going to show you from the side. This is fine. Back this way. So big inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, side bend to the left. So here, hand can go on the hip. Hand on the chair. I like to use the chair as a little bit of stability. Kind of push your hand down. And then you can keep rooting this left hip down. So you're trying to get lots of space in this whole lateral line, your side body line. Big breath. So you don't want to like twist and roll in. You want to really try to get the whole side body. So big breath in. Long breath out. Come back to center. Inhale. And other side, so hand on the hip. I enjoy I guess it depends on what kind of chair you've got too. But you just kind of get creative with what you have. So you want your base to be stable, and you're trying to get this big, like lots of breath in between the lungs here and the chest. And come back to center, inhale. And then forward fold. So you want to think about letting your kind of ribs land on your legs. And you're forward folding from the pelvis. So I like to imagine like the sit bones reaching up to the sky. So depending on how flexible you are in your pelvis will determine how far you can fold forward. I don't want to see you like this, like rocking back on the hips and rounding your spine down here. So you do want to work really hard to keep this low back nice and strong and stable. Your sit bones are kind of scraping on the chair. Think about reaching them up to the sky. And this might be it. This could be a forward fold for some of you, especially if you're really tight in your pelvis. Some of you can like lay on the thighs and let your head dangle. Maybe you grab your elbows, just let the head dangle. But what I don't want to do is have you guys hanging out in a forward fold without the proper alignment, because you're probably already doing that a lot already, like typing at the computer. So really work on the mobility in the pelvis and be okay with like this being as far as you go. Maybe you have your desk right there and you let your head land on the desk. And then when you come up, nice strong back, you think of strong core. And then we'll kind of do this little back bend, which I really enjoy using the chair for. So again, it depends on your chair. You want this top of the chair to kind of go at your upper back shoulder blades, and use your hands behind your head, sort of like a pillow, and keep your hips on the bench, on the chair. So I'm squeezing my shoulder blades into the chair. I'm really trying to push my shoulder blades into the chair and use the support of the chair to get this upper back bend. I don't want you to be trying to get a back bend in your low back, although it will move. We're just trying to open the upper back because that's where we're naturally just more tight, so it's a little more work to get there. So shoulders push into the chair, head just slowly starts to lean, push back into the hands. And you might get there and want to kind of adjust. That's fine. You kind of do a test run. So I'm working hard to keep my ribs in the body. That's protecting my low back. And from behind my ribs, I'm trying to push down through the hips and down through the legs. And the breath is up in the chest and the armpits. And you can play with taking the elbows wider or pointing the elbows up to the sky, but still really pushing the shoulder blades into the chair. So keep breathing. Keep pulling the ribs into the body. Keep the legs strong and the feet on the ground. And curl back. And then use your hand to bring your head back up. And just come back to neutral. After back bend, there's kind of a nice little rush of energy. So really kind of take a moment to just enjoy that and notice it and feel that sensation that comes from back bending. And I want to share one more with you, and this is more for the hips and maybe the low back. So you'll take one ankle across and put it on the thigh. So this foot needs to be strong and straight. So I don't want like this sort of thing, a sickled foot. So the ankle is nice and straight, you're flexing the foot, and you're sitting tall. So you should probably feel this in the hips. And that is probably enough for a lot of you. Some of you can start to do that more folding forward. So again, you're moving from the pelvis. I'm not just rounding my back to get close to the leg. I'm hinging from the pelvis. The sit bones are reaching up and wide. I slowly start to kind of get my chest closer and closer to the thigh over time. So from the side. My strong back, low back is super strong. And I'm like an experienced yogi, and this is a lot for me right now. So don't feel like you need to like force your body into what your idea of what a shape is. If this is where you feel it, stay there and breathe. But maybe you have your desk there. It can be nice to let your head land on something. So if you can put your elbows on your desk and let your head just land in your hands, that is a really nice way to, your nervous system knows for your body to kind of soften. So head and hands supported. Not just dropping the head though, you want to have a neutral neck. And then be careful when you unwind. So we want to stay really stable in the knee. And then you'll switch sides. So this rotation is coming from the hip, the femur bone externally rotating in the hip socket. and this is my tighter side. Your knee might be up here. That's okay. Make sure this ankle is strong and straight. Don't sacrifice the ankle just to get your knee lower, because that will bother your knee over time. So strong ankle, knee can be high, that's fine. You just think about breathing down through the legs. If I'm folding forward, it's coming from my pelvis. And if you are somebody who walks a lot, sits a lot, your pelvis and your low back are probably really tight. So just be really gentle and slow, and it's fine. We try to take a couple breaths, 3 or 5 breaths, and then come back to center and slowly unwind. And that's all for my chair sequence for today, and I will hope to see you guys next time.